If you've ever placed a trade only to have JPOW swoop in and destroy your trade, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, folks. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Live Trading today. The FOMC is out of the way. We bounced, we sold off, and we are up a little bit here in the pre-market, so we will see what happens. Go ahead, get in that chat, see why it is the best community on the internet. We are going to make some money today.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
All right, we are back with another edition of Live Trading. Mitch is still on location getting some killer interviews, but I got my man Zunaid with me. Zunaid, how you doing this morning?
I am good. Went on a little walk earlier today, so I'm feeling good, man. How are you?
I'm doing really good. I flew down to Georgia yesterday, saw your barber, got a nice little cut here, so we're good.
I can tell. I love it.
To go.
I love
All right.
it.
So Zunaid, yesterday, big day. Obviously, we had the FOMC. If you recall on the show yesterday, my thought was that the first move was not going to be the initial move. I thought we were going to go down and then close green. And for a while, it looked like that is exactly what was going to happen, only to have the market sell off. One of the big takeaways that I got from one of my Fed experts in our happy hour show after the close yesterday was that in most cases, the VIX actually closes down after the FOMC meeting. And yesterday, that wasn't the case. The VIX actually closed up. And speaking of the VIX, let me go ahead and get you that. VIX right now, 27.57. That's definitely something that I'm going to be watching today. I know all of the questions here are going to be, where are we going next? I see Cassandra saying, what are we thinking for today? More blood, sideways, or relief rally? And to be honest with you, my gut tells me we probably go a little bit lower. Maybe we try to trade up here out of the open, but my gut says we go lower. I still think 360 on the SPY is inevitably where we test, but we will see how the market unfolds here today. Now, with that being said, we still have some small caps. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to run through it real quick. There's not a whole lot today, and then I'm going to turn it over to Zunaid. I know we've only got 8 minutes till the market opens here, but we are going to get you prepared quickly. So without further ado, let's go. First one here on the list is Hood. And the reason that this is on the list here is because we have a news item, a catalyst here. Robinhood shares are trading higher after it was reported that the SEC is poised to let Wall Street keep payment for order flow deals. Who is shocked by that? Not me, that's for sure. Payment for order flow kind of sucks for us, but it is what it is. It allows us to have free trades, so we're just going to have to trade around that. This is good for Hood because they obviously allow free trading by selling order flow. We're gapping up here today, it looks like. Really what I'd like to see is the pre-market consolidation area here taken out. To be quite honest with you, we don't have a huge amount of volume. So I'd also like to see those volume levels step up for this to be a good intraday trader. You might have multiple opportunities at this. Like the last guest said on pre-market prep, there are biotechs that seem to run 100% every day, and he's just being a day trader. Here is our runner for today. This is SPRO. Spiro Therapeutic shares are trading higher if the company announced it has entered into an exclusive licensing agreement with GlaxoSmithKline for Spiro's late-stage antibiotic asset, tebipenem. I probably butchered that. Therapeutics will receive, or SPRO will receive $66 million upfront with potential for future milestone payments and tiered royalties. That definitely sounds good. We're up 156% here in the pre-market on humongous volume. So again, what I'd like to see this kind of get held here. Let me actually clicked on the wrong tab. Wanted to click on the news. I want to see like this 2 level get held, and I would like to see this area get cleared out. So a move through 250 215 has me thinking 230 is on deck. That's one of the things we're going to watch. This is the stock I'm going to watch out of the open, but I'm not going to trade it right away. I want to see how it trades here. A couple of more things to mention. We have COSM. This is a penny stock that's gapping up. I'm not going to trade it. Same with SYTA and AVCT and MOHO. So all of these are gapping up here. I'm going to avoid them. I'm going to look for something better. Next on the list here is Beat, our good old friend Beat. We actually just traded this. In fact, if you flip over to a 15-minute chart, it's going to be very obvious about how I got these different levels. We popped all the way up to 281 here. We've bled back almost all of those gains. This is feeling a little heavy. We'll see where this goes. This really needs to find some footing before we trade it to the long side. And I wouldn't necessarily short a stock that's under $2. Next here is going to be VRAX. And this is really cool because I didn't draw any more lines today. All of these lines were from the previous time that we have actually charted VRAX. We're popping up here today. Big spot here is going to be 373. That 350, I'm sure, is going to play a key role. So as we move towards 373, that's going to tell us whether or not we can actually trade this. And then last but not least, PSTV, another one of those penny stocks gapping up today. We'll see where this ends up going. Zunaid, I left you only 5 minutes, so I hope you can roll with that. Let me get your screen up here. What are you seeing here this morning?
Hey, look, I can talk fast, I can talk quick. So we're going to take a look at the SPY. You've got the 375 that was a low after hours on there after the bleed out. And of course, we're going to take a look at the 380 that was holding on as support, but once it cracked, it went down. So that's the range I've got, 375, about 380, and we'll see which direction it wants to go. So if it gets to 380, I wouldn't mind scalping some puts. If it gets to 375, I wouldn't mind scalping some calls. 5-minute candle breaks either above or below, we'll go accordingly. So if it's above, we'll grab calls. If it's below, we'll grab some puts. Let's go ahead and move on to AMD. I'm looking at the $74 level and the $73.50 level to kind of go ahead and hold on to us here. If you want to go long, those are the areas that I have a breakup below $73.50. I would go ahead and hop out. And if you want to wait for a breakout, to me, it's above $75. If it goes above $75, which was also the pre-market high, you can try to grab some calls and play to the upside. I'm going to kind of be patient, see which way the market wants to go. Not going to try to grab anything just yet, but on Facebook as well, this has been kind of weak, but if we can go ahead and finally get over that 144 level to the upside, I do expect us to go ahead and move on to a little bit higher than that. You can see you had resistance here. The resistance here kind of broke, came back, accumulated over there. Now you've got the pre-market high at 144 as well. So if it goes ahead and cracks above that, I'd be interested in some calls. And of course, I think it's plain and simple here where your support is going to end up being around 140.50. I would not be surprised if this wants to go ahead and test 140 itself. So you can go ahead and try to grab some equity or some calls around the 140.50 area, and then maybe go ahead and scale in a little bit more once we go ahead and get to the 140 level. And so that's pretty much what I've got on that. Let's go ahead and check out Tesla here as it comes on down near 300. 299 seems to be an area where you can go ahead and grab some calls to the upside if you're interested in that. Matter of fact, I might actually go ahead and put in an order right now. Give me a second. Tesla. Grab some shares. Nope, not that many. 299 and 10 cents is what I'm looking to grab. Cool. So that order's in at 299.10 on Tesla to grab about 25% of my size. On ticker TSLA. Let's go to move on to the Qs on this one. On the Qs, you've got 281 that seems to be holding on over there. But again, don't know if that's going to be true support because we never really got a bounce from it or just a overnight gap to the upside. So we'll be patient on this one. I think 280 is something that I'd appreciate a little bit more on the Q. So that's what I've got right over there. Amazon is below the 120 area, which has been support for some time. Now that we've cracked above, I expect 120 to possibly go ahead and be a resistant area now on Amazon. So if it goes and pops above, I'd give it about $1, maybe about 121 before you go to move out. And of course, right now it's breaking the lows of yesterday's after hours movement as it's now trading at 116.95. This stock was close to, I think, about $200 or so. There you go, about 190. I was off by $10. 190, and that's of course the post-split pricing that it had during the summertime. We went ahead and take a look at now Apple here. 150 is going to be an area where I want to go along Apple, especially if it wants to come back down there and test it. I'd give it about $1 of a move to see if we can go ahead and come back up to the upside. And then, of course, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Google as well, as $100 is where I wanted to go ahead and have it be shorted around 100. You can see 101 is also support. So if you're trying to go short Google, to me, you've got to give it room till at least about 101, 101.50 maybe. So make sure you kind of scale in properly and have your risk properly assigned if you want to try to short Google there. I wanted to go ahead and play that $100 bounce. Unfortunately, I was taking a nap during this time. So I did not get a chance to play that $100 balance, but you can see how beautifully that would have paid out to you on Google. What did I come all the way down to? About 11 cents. Yep. Came down to, what is this candle here? Lows are $100.11. So that would have been a beautiful entry. You could have gotten yourself 2-3 points. You risk about $1.50 or so, and you got a solid risk reward there. But anyway, let's see how that $100 holds up. You can see 99 bucks is going to be an area to keep an eye on as well, based on the after hours action on Google. We've got about less than a minute left to go here, so let's go ahead and check out Nvidia.
10 seconds.
All right, here we go. The only order I have right now is on Meta and Tesla, and we'll see which one we get filled with. And here we go.
Here we go. Good luck, folks.
Here's the SPY. I'm going to go ahead and check out Meta. Oh, by the way, on 13 bucks, beautiful support held once again on ticker F.
All right, SPRO. First move here is a little bit of a down move here. So far, we're holding 2. Again, not rushing into this given the gigantic gap that we're on here. VWAP I got at 186, so a pullback to the VWAP might be a good entry, especially if it can find some footing here. So watching SPRO right now, and also going to be watching Beat. See what happens with Beat. Beat moving up here, maybe through that $2 level, we could have a trade on.
You've got Google starting to pop up a little bit. I'm going to put an order out to short it at $99.89. Again, I'm scaling into this one, but I've got an order right now out to short at $99.89 on Google. I don't know if I should be trading Google or Google, or Google.
Yeah,
I'm trading GOOGL, by the way. I don't know if that matters. I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm screwing myself here, but that's what I'm trading.
Yeah, I normally just trade the one I end up typing in. I'm just so used to typing GOOG.
So yeah, again, I'm short, or I'm looking to go short GOOGL, just so we're all on the same page. I'm about 4 cents, 5 cents away from my entry. There's my entry. I am short GOOGL at $99.89.
Nice.
I am going to give this at least $1.50. So, like I said earlier, giving this one room, I'm going to look to short some more if it gets to, I'm going to short some more if it gets to about 149 cents.
2 on BEAT. Long here. Stop right at 2. I don't want this trade to go right at me. I'm going to be very tactical. Up, stopped out. Darn it. So we got about a 5 cent pop there, but it pulled back too quickly here. Might try it again. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to try now here at 202.
What's the ticker? I'm sorry.
BEAT. It's going to push above 205 here. There we go. There we go. I'm going to take it off right here. Wait for it to set up again. Okay. So 1-1 here on Beat so far this morning. Very small, though. Nothing really to write home about. I definitely want to see more of this setup. And SPRO, it's holding that 2 so far, but I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't trust this yet. There's the break back through 2. So I'm going to wait for this to set up. I really want SPRO to find some type of footing here before we end up trading it. To me, this just still feels a little bit too wild.
All right, we're about 35-40 cents in the money on the GOOGL short. So I'm going to go ahead and scale some out here. Scaled some out at 99.50s.
A couple of things here real quick just from the chat. Olivia is asking thoughts on Lulu calls. So I do like Lulu as it's really just been such a great outperformer, but I'll be honest, with us going into a recession, I am not interested in calls unless you're trying to play really quickly for like an intraday bounce. I don't have any type of feel on Lulu. I don't trade it very often, so I'm not going to try to do something that's out of my comfort zone. Given the environment that we're in. I personally don't like this for calls. I've been wrong before and I'll be wrong again. I just think that people might be ordering some of the off brands from Amazon as opposed to Lulu, given the recession.
How in the world did I get filled on
Nick is saying market is losing the momentum. Absolutely. Dow was up 115 points in the pre-market. We're only up 9 right now. Everything else in the red. Bitcoin's up 155 as well.
All right.
Good morning,
something's
Born.
going on. By the way,
Good luck to everybody.
your beat popped up to the 220s. Let me go ahead and check out Tesla because something weird just
Should've
happened on
stayed in.
E-Trade for me. All right, well, we got filled on that 299 on the Tesla, scaling them out here at 299.50s. Scaled out half at 299.50s. Looking to scale some more if I can. Stop loss is going to be below the 298.50s, which is in about 14 cents.
So for beat, I have a high print here of 220. They didn't take very much at 220, but we'll keep that in mind. Frey from yesterday, that battery play that we took a look at. Let me go ahead and throw my screen up here real quick. Frey, that battery play that we traded yesterday. This was actually a great trade yesterday. Gapping up again here today, looking like it's trying to back test yesterday's high. Well, we're through yesterday's highs, but it looks like we're trying to figure out where we're going to get some support here. You know, Frey, all of these things in the renewables, EV, all that space, this seems pretty good since we got that recent bill passed by the Department of Energy for giving loans for environmental practices. Beat right here at 220. I didn't get filled. Shoot, I tried to hit it because I was so late, but I didn't get filled. And it went right back anyways. Sometimes better to be lucky than good. Let's see if we can get a... Here we go, though.
The short on Google is about 50 cents in the money. Do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do. I like that. Okay, Beat's got a little bit of a spot there at 225. Break above that. I think maybe we pop a little bit more. Let's see if we can get enough juice to do it. Beat looking good here so far.
You've got LAZR flow coming in. Let me go ahead and check that out. LAZR. What are they buying here? It looks like the $9.50 call is expiring at the end of the month. Approximately, nothing crazy. Well, actually, about
big seller here, 224 on Beat. Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You are A-okay.
And they're walking it down off that. So one of the things to think, and I don't even have Beat up on the chart that I'm sharing. I'm so sorry, folks. One of the things to look for when you're watching some of these high a day breaks, a lot of the times it'll push up into one of those key levels that we've identified, and there will be a large offer on the ask. And when those offers get taken, a lot of the times the stock pops. Now, sometimes those offers are really big and you can actually see those offers getting chipped away at, and it might be tempting to say, oh, I'm going to buy here. But the problem is that if you don't end up clearing that seller out, that seller can keep selling into you after you've just taken your position. So if we take a look at that 225, what was it? 224, excuse me. Whole lot of stock traded there, didn't clear out the seller, and then it kind of pulled all the way down. I think 215 is where it ended up got. It's at 218 now. So you really want to be careful with that. And if you want to be a little bit more conservative and not put yourself in a position to take losses like I sometimes do, what you should do is actually wait for that sell area to fall completely and then grab it maybe even a cent higher, hopes that it ends up pushing. Now in some cases it ends up pulling back. So this is the risk management that we talk about all the time. In this case here with Beat, that first trade that I took didn't go the way that I wanted. I was able, and I got out flat. I actually didn't lose anything on it. Second trade, I only got 4 cents on it. So I want to hit something a little bit bigger than that. But the last thing that I want to do is take another loss and then be playing from behind. Okay. I had a lot of coffee this morning, Zunaid. I felt like
it's a two-man show. We need that. No question about it. SPY coming back to the downside. All right, here we go. Going to cover some more Google. Again, we were short at 99.89. We're covering some more here at 99.42s. And we'll see if we can go ahead of a test of 99s. But because we've got the previous close sitting at 99.28, we're going to go ahead and be smart with our money and cover some up here.
SPRO curling here. 205 would have been the spot, I think. Looks like 215 your next spot here. If it takes it out, maybe we can try it then. Be very, very careful with this. I'm going to keep my stops real tight on some of these moves.
Let's see what's going on with Tesla. Tesla to the downside. Oh, I don't know why. That was a weird one.
I caught the end of what Joel was saying on pre-market prep. He said that Tesla is finally starting to show some kinks in the armor. I agree with that. It's held up very, very well. I don't know about tech stocks, though. Nick earlier here saying chip stocks really weak. I would imagine all tech stocks to be weak, maybe even for the next year. There was really nothing bullish out of the FOMC yesterday. I think the big comment was that Powell said, my view or my what I said at Jackson Hole remains true, and that's of course where he used pain. Talked about keeping interest rates or keeping the rate higher, seeing how that actually affects the economy. So I'm not sure that we're going to see a huge quick bounce in tech, despite me really liking tech. I don't think tech's going away. I just think it might be kind of a tough season for it.
Yeah. We'll see how things play out, but so far it's been a good morning. We got the Tesla bounce from 299 from pre-market, and then we also went ahead and made money on this Google short. Now the only thing I'm waiting patiently for is the 375.10 on SPY to take that for a scalp to the upside. We'll see if that ends up happening. If you want to take Tesla long, to me the closer you get it to 295 the better in terms of risk reward. As Tesla is now trying to come down, you've got the first 10 minutes in the market, a low of around 375.60s or so. And if you want to go long, or if you want to go short Tesla, you've got VWAP around 298.50s. But I don't know. I'm not sure where the best place to go long is on Tesla. I'm not going to lie to you. Might have to wait till 380 cents, which is a previous close.
Let me take a look and see if I can figure anything out here for you. So we had on September 16th, we had an intraday low. Let me see if I can get you the exact.
Yeah, is that the 295.60 or something?
Yep, that's exactly it. That looks like that's the next possible bounce spot here, and we're almost there. Good call.
Yeah.
I think your next spot beneath that, Zunaid, 290. Let's just call it the round number just to make it easy.
Yeah. You've got the I might go. So I've got a 375.10 buy order on SPY equity, and I might even try to go short if the SPY gets to around 377s, because I've got the previous close of 377.39s right above it, and you've got the high right above that as well. So I'd give myself about $1 stop loss. I'm happy with that. So let's see how that plays out. Appreciate all 460 of you hanging out with us here today. We're about 50 cents away from our entry on SPY to the long side. And again, we'll see if that works out for us patiently. I'm going to give it about $1. So I'm going to give it till about 374 of a move to SPY, scaling in at 375, not the whole size as Google making lows there. Still trying to go from green to red. Hasn't yet.
Nvidia pounding lows too.
Looks like AMD went ahead and broke. Let's see. What's the ticker? AMD up. There it is. To the down. Well, yeah. What's interesting? Here we go.
Same as Nvidia, frankly.
Yeah.
And real quick here,
What's up, buddy?
Rekka is asking your view on Shop. So let me give that to you here real quick. So first of all, I like Shopify as a company. I like what they do. We use a Shopify product here at Benzinga. The same thing kind of applies to what I was just talking about with Lulu. How many people are actually going to be using these shops if they're tightening the belt? Looking at the chart here, we actually look like we're at a pretty good support level. So, I mean, this entire, let's call it, 29. This entire 29 level looks pretty good as support, but remember, these stocks can always go lower. So if you're going to trade this to the long side, I would just kind of be really careful on your stop. Real time, I wouldn't give it too much leeway unless you're in this for a long term. I just don't know how. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too bearish because of recency bias from yesterday. I just don't see. I think we're definitely going to a recession, and I just don't see a lot of consumer spending. I would try to find things that are not exposed to the consumer. Shopify certainly is.
You've got the market almost coming to my buy order. I'm also getting ready to purchase some 376 calls. I've got an order out to purchase some at $3, and now I just got filled at $3. So I am in SPY calls here at 376. Got filled at $3. I'm waiting for my equity to fill here as well, which is going to be at 375.05. Excuse me, is where my equity position is. But now that I've got these calls, I don't know which way to go. I'm going to cancel my equity since I got into the calls. So the equity trade is off. The calls are in. Again, I am in the 376 calls expiring tomorrow. And I'm going to give it about $1. So I'm going to add some more if we get to about 374.50s. So I'm going to put in an order here to purchase some more around $2.60 on those calls. That order is now placed. And let's see what we get. I would love a test to VWAP. Here's what I'm hoping, believing will happen, is that we will go from here to about here. And then from there, I do not know. But that's the play that I've got right now. I know you do have Microsoft that has relative strength. Appreciate the individual that pointed that out in the chat. So if you believe the market's going to bounce from here, Microsoft may not be a bad long. Your short and your cutoff area, your risk off area would be below the crack of 238.95. Come on, SPY. Give us at least a point, SPY. Give us at least a point. Maybe we can make about 10% on this trade. Come on. Give us about 10%. We almost got half a point of a bounce.
What was your target again for closing that trade if it does bounce?
So I'm hoping to get at least a point, right? So around 376, but I would love for my ego to have it go to 376.50, which is near VWAP. So I'm risking about $1 to the downside and looking for $1 to the upside with a bonus of $1.50.
Okay, cool. 224 really quick on beat. 224 still that spot.
Oh, wow, nice.
It's right now, this is what we want to see, right? Push to the highs, a little bit of a pullback, shake out some of the weak hands. Now let's clear out this consolidation zone between 202 and 240. It might go back and forth, or 240, excuse me, 224 might go back and forth, but a break above 224, maybe we get the next leg up here. Remember, 281, your pre-market high. Churmo with a great question here. I think both of us should address, Zunaid. I'll start,
Sure.
but I'd love to hear your thoughts on it too and how it differs from mine. When you look left on a chart to measure levels, how far back do you go? Please explain. Thank you. So this is a really good question, and I'm not sure that there is necessarily a one right answer, because a lot depends on what your trade goal is. So for example, if I always like to look to the left as much as I can, time dependent, right? If we're talking about intraday trades here and I'm trying to do some technical analysis on the fly, perhaps I don't have as much time as I would like in the pre-market. I always at minimum go to the daily and look to the left. Most of the time when I'm looking at a daily, I'm looking at the past year. Sometimes going to the weekly is helpful too, because you can see other types of formations and trends that may come to fruition. The longer the stock has been around, the longer the history is going to be, and the more information you can glean from that history. So as far back as you can go, but don't overload yourself. If you're adding a whole bunch of data points from 1998, maybe that's not the most important support level, especially if there are other support levels more recently. Generally speaking, though, look back as long as you can. I would say at least a year to be safe.
Just real quick, I'm in with some small size here on beat. I'm going to look to add some more. Oh, actually, as it drops, I'm going to look to add some more. I'll tell you my average price here in a second as soon as it updates. My average price is 208 on beat. My stop loss is going to be approximately 194 on beat, ticker BEAT. I'm hoping for that $2 to hold, but it is rejecting VWAP at the moment. We did go ahead and get about 60 to 70 cents on our SPY scalp. Unfortunately, the calls only went up about 6% or so, so I did not sell them, not a single one. I still have my whole size here. And to answer the question, as beat comes down and takes me out, let's see here for a second. Again, about 195 is my out. But anyway, sorry, I'm just paying attention to this.
Manage the trade first.
Yeah, let's see. It's right there. Is it gonna take me out? All right, there we go. Looks like I went in and sold here at 194 is where it filled me. I am out on beat. Took a loss of approximately 14 cents on that trade. I do look left. So if I look left on like the 10-minute, then I know that it's not the strongest level. But if I look left on, say, the daily, a little stronger. If I look at the left on the weekly, stronger, monthly, stronger. So that's how I kind of judge it. Me personally, it's worked for me. I don't have science to kind of back that up, if you will. Looks like you are getting some Facebook calls coming in. By the way, the 142 is expiring this week, approximately $150,000 worth. So that's how I do it. If I go back on the 10-minute and just look at yesterday's or whatever the case may be, I know that it's a level, but I know that it's not the strongest hulk of a level. So that's how I approach it.
And Seekin here in the chat saying intraday I use up to 5 days and then I look at daily and always picking high volume area. So that's another really good point that Seekin is bringing to you. When you look to the left, when you look at the daily, when you see spots of reversals that look like support or resistance, doesn't matter the direction, coupled with high volume bars, those are generally indicative, of stronger support or stronger resistance. That's a really good comment right there. Notice that he also goes to the daily, even if it's short term, and even if he's spending most of his time in the past 5 days, he's still going back to the daily. The daily is a main chart. I'm trying to think if I know anyone that trades off charts that doesn't use a daily. I can't come up with any. I'm pretty sure everyone that I know uses a daily, myself included. That's how I learned.
Yep. Kind of tempted to get back into the beat here. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to.
Yeah, so really quickly on beat, this is exactly why I was just saying I wanted to wait for that particular trigger, because that can, remember I said that, and I'm looking at the volume at this point to kind of determine this. Notice that the volume between 203 and 224, that's where a lot of that chop action was going on. Now, I'm not able to predict when that's going to reverse or where that chop's going to go or anything like that. I'm not going to be able to predict that. So instead, I'm going to wait for one of those events to happen so I don't have to predict that. And then I can hopefully ride along if that trade continues. So here with beat, I didn't want to play in that chop zone because I didn't know if it was going to break to the upside of 224 or if it was going to break to the downside of 202. It broke to the downside of 202. Here we are hanging out just below 2 at 199. That makes me glad that I was actually waiting for my trigger and I didn't take this early. Now, Zunaid, as far as what you're saying, we just had a big pull here. So it's feasible to assume that this stock is going to bounce, even if it's just a short-term bounce. So I understand why you wanted to add back there, especially when it looks like it's finding its footing and starting to curl.
Yep, and you've got the SPY breaking the 375s. Google, by the way, you bounced from the area we covered at, which was around 99.28, went all the way back to 100 and rejected again. I did not get short again, unfortunately. I was not paying attention to it, did not have an order out. But we are short. Excuse me, we do have calls at 396 calls on SPY. Sorry, I was trying to multitask here.
Yeah,
because we're waiting to see if we can get at least a point. We got half a point. On our SPY read, but we did not get the whole point. So we're still waiting to see if we can go ahead and get that.
Real quick, taking a look here at NRBO. If you recall correctly, we had a huge run here in NRBO not long ago, just about a week ago. Looks like we're actually kind of trading up here today. And to be honest with you, this 18 level looks pretty decent. We actually popped through 18 first, went all the way to 1850. We're back down here at 1797, but maybe another opportunity for a alongside trade here on a move through 18 at 18 now.
Come on, SPY. Come on, SPY.
It's thin. NRBO is thin, so be careful if you trade. Oh my God, this thing is spread 30 cents. There goes 18 up to 1820. I'm not in this. I'm not trading this. This is too spready for me. I just noticed it off the chart here. Not in it. But we did take out 18.
Yeah, let's see if it holds that. If it pops above, you got the SPY cracking below, making new lows. And beat, I'm going to go ahead and take beat here. Let me see if I can get a fill. It's got to get above VWAP, but I got a fill here at 201 and
VIX
$2.
28.20.
So $2 exactly is my average price as the SPY poked below, but now popping back up.
Pixie resumed. Pixie was in a halt. I actually didn't even see it get halted here. It was in my list. I just missed it. Pixie open here. Oh my gosh. Big move here from the 14 level all the way up to 20 on Pixie. Holy smith. Do we have news here? What's going on? I just see
Pixie,
PXY, yeah. Okay. It pricing of $5 million private placement. That was yesterday.
Wasn't the stock like a couple of bucks?
Yeah. I feel like it was. No,
No, it
You
wasn't.
must
It was
you,
always
you
10.
must be thinking that we must be confusing it with a different one because I know exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like PIX something. I don't remember. It was like a FinTwit pump, but
Yeah, was it Pixel Pixl? No. Anyway,
I was gonna go
NRBO here. Where do we go just now? High was 19.
19.
So so that move through 18 took us all the way to 19 on the second attempt there. What you got
Beat.
on SPY, Z?
Well,
Hawaii.
so beat, we've got about a loss of about 3-4 cents here thus far, and then on SPY, man, it's battling this. I'm happy with my trade thus far because I know that it's battling 375. Now, if it actually gives me the point that I want, we'll see. I know it gave me half a point, but I didn't scale out. It was only a 6% gain on my options. I didn't want to take that. I was hoping for at least 10. So it's battling this 375 level. And we're just trying to make sure that now if it can just come back and test a VWAP, that's what I'm having hopium of as NRBO pops up above 19.
Yeah, that thing's wild right there. Shuber Deep, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Please correct me if I did not. We were right, Zunaid. It was the same stock Pixie. It got a reverse split before it
Thank
traded
you.
for 30 cents. Thank you very much for that. I was
There you
trying to
go, yeah.
remember that ticker. Good call there. Good looking out.
That makes sense. I was gonna say, dude, that was a nice little pump then. Come on, SPY, give us a point. Come back and test VWAP. I kind of want to play this NRBO, but I don't know where I'd play it.
It's just so spready, Zunaid.
Yeah. Ooh, it looks like you've got a bit of. Here, give me 1 second.
It tightened up a little bit. No, we're still in anywhere between 20 to 30 cents spread on that stock.
All right, we've got a nice big boy buy here on Apple, ticker AAPL. I'm going to put that to the right here. I just went ahead and entered Apple, by the way, at 152.06. I'm in at 152.06. Equity, you've got Apple, the 149 calls coming in on the ask, expiring October 21st, approximately 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at $8.5 million worth. One sweep, 2 blocks. Again, that's Apple, ticker AAPL, 149 calls coming in on the ask. Looks like Apple popped a little bit. Now it's coming back up. I'm going to give it about till 151.80 is how much space I'm going to give Apple based on these call options to see if it goes up.
I'm also seeing some 152.5 calls that expire October.
Let's see if I can
$1.14 million bet on that one.
Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, I'll have to change my filter on that one. But you've got, so I'm hoping that will prop up the market. But again, I'm in here at 152.06. Stop loss for me will be 151.80s. And I'm happy to get out. Where's my share size so I can properly get out?
Everything looking really weak here. You know, I liked what Joel said earlier. Oh, and by the way, I don't think I said good morning to everyone. Good morning to the entire chat. Born, Judge, Chermo, Beach, Aaron, Seekin, Hawaii Rye, whole chat, Paul, Nick. I didn't go through them earlier. I'm sorry about that. Good morning, everybody. Stay safe today. I really liked what Joel said earlier on the banks. He was answering a question. Well, if interest rates are rising, why aren't the banks going up? Why are the banks selling off? And his response was, well, he doesn't think people are going to borrow a lot of money during a recession. So, yeah, sure, interest rates are up, but how many people are actually taking out new loans and borrowing and then paying on that? And in addition to that, is there bad debt in those banks? Like I really like that. And the bank, as I've been saying, the bank trade has been hard for a long time. You'd think this would be a good environment for it, but looking weak.
Yeah, it's not looking pretty as you've got Beat coming down, SPY coming down, Apple trying to figure things out. I am negative on all 3 of my trades at the moment. And I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the 5-minute as it cracks.
Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot. I haven't done a whole lot here the past couple of days. I'm trying to practice what I preach and protect my capital and not overtrade. Easier said than done.
Yeah. All right. The SPY kind of bouncing from the 374.45 level. And let's see if we can go ahead. I'm going to add another few contracts here on my SPY calls. The 376 calls expiring tomorrow. I got filled at 284. So now Where's my average price? God damn it. My average price is 292. 292 is my average price on those SPY calls. And there we go. Apple now moving to the upside. Beat now moving to the upside.
NRBO had a pull. So you opted to go with Apple and SPY instead of NRBO, and Zunaid, I think you made the right choice, honestly.
And sure as hell I did. There is Apple to the upside now, which is funny. It feels like a big move, but I was in the red.
I know, but it's
so
not.
Therefore, it's like not a big move. But the SPY, though, bouncing. So the ads that we had at 284, now they're going for about 3. My average price on those is 292. So we're up 3% on that one. We're up on Beat by a penny. And let's go. So here's what I'm looking to do. If SPY can, if Apple can go ahead and get to about, let's say, the 37s, all right, I'm going to be greedy here, and it might bite me in the ass, but we made good money yesterday, so I'm okay with it. Terrible philosophy. Don't follow what I do. 152.38 is where I'm looking to possibly take some profits on Apple. I had about 20 cents in it. I didn't want to take the gains. I clearly was being a little greedy, but let's see. Let's see if we can make some money on this trade. Beat up about a couple of pennies here. Come on, Apple.
AMPX, interesting here on a move through 11 if it can do it. Yep, there we go, up to 11. Let's see if we can get this to fall. Yep, took it out. There we go, popping above now. Here we go on AMPX. AMPX, that's 28 cents so far through that 11 move here. 29, 30, 32, 33. Okay, that's okay. All right.
You've also got 10 o'clock here, so maybe we see a reversal to the upside. Look, all I want is a test of VWAP. I'm not saying make new highs. I'm just saying test of VWAP. That's all I'm saying.
Pre-market high on AMPX here is going to be 1142. It looks like we're already starting to pull back here, so I'd pull that one off if you took that.
Here we go. We've got the SPY looking to make new lows, poked slightly below it, and I'm going to go ahead and get out of my SPY trade because it ain't nope. Oh, right when I went to go sell it, it bounced. Okay.
You know, what I'd like to see here is I'd like to see SPY kind of just trade here for a little bit and then start to make. Maybe we can bounce if we consolidate here a little. Definitely opening a little bit lower. We'll see. So I'm not sure what the tailwinds are to take us higher though.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to have my stop loss here at 245. So 245 is my stop loss. I want to keep looking at the SPY. So I've got contracts here remaining, all of them. I haven't sold a single one, unfortunately. So the current price of those contracts is 272 on the bid. I've got an order to go ahead and sell at 245. So I'm giving it about 30 cents of wiggle room on that one. Apple, let's go. There we go, Apple. Come on.
Go. That's the bounce you were waiting for. Nice job.
Come on. Oh,
good morning, Miss Whitehorse. Good morning.
More of a bounce though. Like it's just what's scary is that it keeps wicking and it didn't get to my limit order. Look at that. I missed it by 5 cents.
Huge pull here on AMPX. That's why you got to take it if it pushes up to that resistance zone. Let's take a look at this. Let's analyze this because this is learning this will help save you if you're scalping and day trading. So the area that we had here, and Zunaid, please interrupt me if you have anything going on here. The area that we had flagged here is this 1142, this pre-market high. So the move then through 11, we were able to determine that was going to be decent. Let me mark that level off. We're able to determine that was going to be decent because as this started to trade back up and show some positive momentum, we kind of pulled back and then we went right back to that high. We wicked off this first, and then it was the second attempt that took us through. That's the one that I was calling here. When we didn't quite get to 1142 and it started to feel a little heavy, that's your signal to exit because look what happened right after that. Boom, boom, big pull. And this is normal price discovery. They're shaking out some of the weak hands after the recent run-up. These are the things that you want to avoid if you're scalping and day trading. If you're only trading for 10, 15, 20, 30 cents, then you certainly don't want to sit through a pullback of the same magnitude or even more. It's exactly what we just got here. So watch for that. Again, when you have gains, don't be afraid to take them. You can always buy back, especially if you're mark to market.
You've got some put flow coming into Qualcomm. They're buying. The majority of it. It's the 118 puts coming in on the ask, expiring this week. they've got a situation up in New York. I don't know if it's a conference. I don't know if it's an investor day or what it is, but that's where Mitch is at.
Yep. Qualcomm week here today.
Yeah, breaking new lows there. Interesting on what's going on there.
Real quick, I just want to address Crassy's comment here. Ryan, I have a new method of stopping myself from trading yesterday. Eat some Cheetos. I am too much of a nerd to touch my keyboard with dirty fingers. Crassy, I am exactly the same when it comes to the keyboard and snack food and stuff like that. I'm very particular. I like to keep my electronics clean, and I really have a CDO problem when I get my keyboard dirty. CDO, by the way, is obsessive compulsive disorder, except in alphabetical order the way it should be. So I'm the same way, but the one thing that I won't, I'm trying not to eat as many Cheetos, to be quite honest with you. I'm trying to make better decisions. That's a really good tactic if you can afford it, but I'm going to try to work on my discipline. Go ahead.
I'm going to go and start scaling out here in the 30s. I'm not waiting until 37s. I'm here out at Apple. God damn, I got a fill of 152.27s. So I took some out there. Not sure what the SPY is going to do, but I am out. Thankfully, the SPY, remember I told you guys I had an out at 245.40. The contracts are still going for about 268, so it's 20 cents above my out price. And beat, I am still in at $2, so I'm up a penny. Don't ever tell me I never gave you a profitable trade as Apple. Again, I wanted to test VWAP. That's still the ultimate you were right mindset, but at least I'm in the green for that trade. Scaling some out at 152.27s as it tries to break the 152.30s, 7 cents away, 5 cents away, 4 cents away, 3 cents away, and back down. Yep, there it is. There's the break. Scaling some out here at 152.41. So let's freaking go. And there is the VWAP test. Now I don't know if I sell everything, but let me go ahead and focus on my SPY trade that is barely break even now. God bless America. Has nothing to do with America. I apologize, but I don't know.
You're
I'm
on
gonna sell some more.
I'm
gonna sell some more here at 152.50. Woo! That was tricky. But we did it. We're looking okay.
Ethan, 76% gain on a Tesla put right out of the gate here, done for the day. Nice trade, my man, and great job showing some discipline, knowing when you can walk away when you have a good trade there. Nice job.
I'm scared of everything, so I'm just going to sell my SPY calls here as well for a minor loss. My average price was 292. My average out is 286. So I am out of my SPY calls. I am out of everything on Apple. The only position I have is beat.
Now, beat here, what I'm thinking, Zunaid, beat looking pretty good, right? We had that big spike out of the gate. We had that retracement all the way back down to 192, where it looks like we're trying to bounce and curl now. I have a VWAP here of 208, and I have the recent high on this curl here at 205. So this area between 205 and 208, I think if you clear that out, would probably pop. If I were in this from where you are, I'd probably take my gains right there.
All right, let's see if I make the smart decision to be greedy or not. What is that? That's nothing. Sorry, Slack distracted me here.
It's all good. Ethan's saying, okay, shorts are done. Let's look long. Looks like you were looking for a sell-off out of the gate and now a reversal. Let's see if that materializes. So check out Sober. Sober, you're right, Dale. Sober is spiking here. We spiked from what, 217 all the way up to 265. Pretty good move there. It's retracing some of that move now, but we'll see if that sets up again. Good shout out. I actually didn't even take a look at Sober today.
All right, beat. We are 4 cents in the money. We were. Now we're 1 cent in the money. Yep, now we're 3 cents in the hole. Excuse me. If you're looking to go short Apple, I mean, your risk reward here is not bad. You're risking about 50 cents. If it breaks 153s, go ahead and get out. But if you believe in Apple to the long side, I would want to see it above VWAP. The reason I got into the Apple trade is because it had already bled off a little bit. Then those big call options came in worth $8 million. I think it was the October 21st high 140s calls that came in. And that's why I had gotten in the stock. I am looking to see what Apple does here because a part of me wishes I held on, but I'm okay taking my gains there as a 40-cent gain on the trade. I'm solid with it. I'm good with it. Now, the only thing I want is beat to head on up to the upside.
Looks like Easy Mike trading Pixie for 5 points. today.
Wow.
Awesome. Actually,
Nice.
I would love for you to explain what your entry trigger was. You must have been on that really, really early. Impressive trade there. Impressive trade for sure.
There's the SPY now moving to the upside as you've got Apple moving up here as well. Put Apple on a 10-minute now. Yep. See, to me, that 153 is the next area of resistance to me, because that was a pre-market low. That was also a level after hours. Let's see, though, if my VWAP theory comes correct.
I got to be honest with you, Zunaid. That was an
But
amazing spot on that Apple reversal.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
amazing job right there. Not sure
Thank
I could have
you.
done that myself.
Appreciate you. On beat, we're waiting for a break above 205, then 210s, and maybe make our way towards the 225s highs. Let's see if that's interesting enough. No, it's not. And maybe it is for some people. Anyway, you've got Costco, the 490 calls coming in. About $100,000 worth. Nothing too crazy. What is interesting is that you have the 512 here. Let's put up Costco for a second here since I'm done with Apple.
Yes, it is, Angelina. Thank you for that.
What'd she say? Oh, new haircut.
I got a new haircut. Yeah.
Nice. You've got the 512.50 calls coming in on the ask, expiring this week, approximately $50,000 worth on Costco, ticker COST.
Remember, Costco earnings
don't
tonight
like it.
after market.
Thank you for pointing that. I was wondering why they were so juicy in terms of premium. That makes so much sense. Thank you for letting me know.
Yep.
Not going to grab those. I can't remember the last time I gambled on earnings. So yay me.
You know, I don't have a position in Costco right now. And I love it. It's my favorite store. So what I would really like is for them to report earnings and come in, because I want to be given an opportunity to buy this at a cheaper price. I think inevitably Costco goes higher. So any type of retracement here is going to interest me in at least small ads.
Yeah.
Great stock, though. Great store. You know what I got last week? I got a popcorn machine.
No way.
Like one of those machines that has the kettle at the top.
Yeah.
It was like, I think it was like $80. It's Cuisinart. It's
Wow.
small. It looks amazing. Like it looks like a cool decoration.
How long does it take?
3-4 minutes. You
That's
literally
not bad
just
at all.
put the oil in, and like I bought the buttery coconut oil, the stuff that they use at the movie theater, and the flavor
Nice.
all seasoned salt. It tastes literally identical to movie
Dude,
theater.
that's awesome.
You just pop it in the kettle, flip the on switch, and it just pops it. And when it's done, it's easy to clean. It's really, really cool. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's what Costco does to me.
Dude, that's awesome. That actually sounds pretty cool. Miss Whitehorse, I'm thinking about playing Microsoft as well, especially because it has relative strength in terms of the market. You know what, Miss Whitehorse, I'm going to bill you an invoice if I go ahead and lose on this trade. I'm going to go ahead and take a 240 calls on Microsoft expiring this week. I feel the 256 stop loss for me is going to be clear. The 239.36 is where I am going to go ahead and get out. And here is beat, went all the way down to the 193s and then pops right back up. We are 4 cents of the money on that one. Miss Whitehorse, we are moving to the upside. We're up $10 per contract. We are rich. Beat wanted to crack that 205 level. You can see that's been a nuisance. That's a new word I can use. For us right around here. It just has had trouble for the past 30 minutes to break through it. We'll see if it does. SPY, we're hoping for it to go and test close to 375.75s if we can, so that Microsoft can get a little bit of a lift to the upside.
Beat looking good here. Really need to clear out that 205, and I think you're good. But here, Zunaid, check this out.
Oh, show me. What am I? Is that? Wait, hold on. Let me put up StreamYard. Oh, dude, I love it. It's so like petite. It's small.
Exactly. And it makes a manageable amount of popcorn. You're not just, it's not like, it's so cool.
You got it from Costco?
Got it from Costco.
Nice, dude. That's pretty sick. I'm actually going to go to Costco this weekend again to grab some Rice Krispies. So something cool, like, you know how when you're losing weight and things like that, I know now, Ryan, you're on that journey here as well, is like, you're like, oh, avoid sugars and this and that. But it was cool. My personal trainer was like, hey, man, like when you're coming in to lift weights, just go ahead and eat a Rice Krispie treat. And like that'll kind of give you like a bit of an energy boost. And I was like, okay, cool. Like that sounds kind of weird. Real quick, I'll continue that story in a moment. But those Microsoft contracts that Miss Whitehorse suggested, not the contract, but the position. They're up 10%. So I'm going to go ahead and scale some out here at 282s. Now they're up 12%. So I'm out some here at 282s. Now up 15%. So I'm going to sell some more here. Let me see what my fill on that one is. 296. Yay, Miss Whitehorse for the recommendation. And now you've got SPY. There it is. SPY to the upside. Went ahead and tested VWAP. And you've got Beat that's kind of moving on up here as well. Poked above 205, but now it's coming back down. SPY breaking through. So here's the thing. I don't know if I can take credit, but I talked about how I'm hoping the SPY will come back and test a VWAP. I was off by 50 cents. It did go down all the way. And there's Beat to the upside. 210 of a test.
Nice
Feels
job.
like I'm calling a game here. 207s. Now I'm going to be a little bit patient with this. I'm not going to lie. I'm hoping that we can go ahead and get to the 214. So I'm going to put an order out here to go ahead and sell some at 214. That's 11. Delete and 4. There it is. What else do I have? How many shares do I have on this one? I can go ahead and sell some more there. All right. I've got half my size that I'm going to sell at 214s. Not a single penny has been sold yet because I am feeling greedy today. Made good money yesterday. Miss Whitehorse helped us out with the Microsoft trade, and now SPY moves it up as well. So we'll see. We'll see how Beat works out for us. We're up about 5. Nope, I lied. We're up about 4% on the equity trade on Beat. SPY above VWAP, continuing to rise. Microsoft new highs.
210. You're going to be your next spot here on Beat, by the way.
Yeah. 205 we cracked. Now it's 210. Trying to sell some at 214 if we can get that fill. But yeah, apparently like the Rice Krispie, like the minimum sugar amount in it and like the carbo, I think it has carbs in it. I don't know, dude. But apparently it gives you like a little bit of an energy boost when you're working out. And I was like, all right, cool. So I need to go to Costco and get that 60 pack. It's like a mini Rice Krispie. It's like this.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So like last night, I actually put an order together to buy the chicken skewers that I always get, to buy some Rice Krispies or whatever. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to Costco. I'm going to make a trip out of it like an adult, not a millennial. Check out SLNG if you say so.
Yeah, Slim. This was the Halt Fest yesterday, right?
Yeah. This was a Halt Fest yesterday. Oh, this doesn't look bad. So here's the thing. That previous close. Yeah, that previous close of 884, clear resistance. I like this one.
875, your next spot here to the upside.
Yeah. I'm actually, let's see how greedy I can be. I never like to, oh, that's actually living solid. I don't know what I should do. I'm not going to enter this one just because I want to protect my capital. But if you were looking for a trade,
through 2, sorry.
You're fine. $8 would be my risk off level. So if it breaks like say 790s, I would go ahead and get out. So you're risking about 40 cents to the downside. Look for 40 cents to the upside. And yeah, that's the way I would go ahead and trade this puppy. Is this going to be a 10-minute thing? Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. There we go. That nice little rejection there.
Safe travels, Kaluk. Glad you're on the ground safely. Continue to have some safe travels. Market is tough. You picked a really good time to travel. Market's still digesting the Fed meeting yesterday, the FOMC.
I used to do muscle milk during a workout. Yeah, I drink Premier Protein after a workout.
I tried that muscle milk stuff. I ended up just using protein bars. It's good though. I mean, it tastes good.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. Actually, let me see. So this is what I drank. Hang on. So this is what I end up drinking. It's Premier Protein. It's caramel flavored, 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar total.
Nice.
So it's what I enjoy. Let's see what this one is.
So Beat and SPRO right about the same price, and they look like they want to both move higher here. Here goes SPRO. $210 SPRO is going to be your spot. We pop above that. I think you go higher. 228 would be the next spot.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Invalidate.
SPRO seller here at 205.
How much sugar does that have, though, Eric? That's my one concern, is how much sugar it has.
And Wellness Matters, that's a good name there.
Yeah.
Fruit and veggie smoothie is the best for after workouts. Fruit and veggie smoothie is what I do for breakfast every day. That's what I had this morning. Spinach would be the veggie in it.
You know who we haven't seen in the chat in a while? Jessica.
Yeah.
Haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah,
Hopefully
hope all
everything's
is well.
Yeah, hopefully everything's all right there. I was thinking about that the other day. I think I have her email. Maybe we can reach out. The only trade I'm in is Beat, and that's from $2. We were in the money 10 cents, but we said we are greedy tonight. So we did not take that trade. If you believe in the markets coming down, Qualcomm to me is a good short as it continues to the downside. Oh, what a beautiful opportunity there from VWAP. VWAP? Dun, 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 dun. That was a nice trade there. More downside action.
SPRO still trying here.
SPRO. Well, it's not even 10:30 yet. The day's going slow.
Wellness Matters. Great breakfast, Ryan. Wellness. I use wild blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries, flaxseed, baby spinach, and almond butter and water.
Lee, I hope it's not the last time you'll see us. I kind of want to add on to this beat, man. I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I should not. I should not. I should not.
There goes SPRO.
Yeah.
Right through that 210 that we talked about. Let's see if we can get some more push here. Now they pulled it.
SPRO moving to the 210s. Now you've got 212s on beat. We've got our order at 214s. Come on, 3 more cents. What's 3 more cents? What's 3 more cents? Come on. Come on. Come on. Let me get my orders ready to go. It's already up there, so we're good. Come on. 3 more cents. It's not even that thick of a stock. You can do it. Somebody who has clout, tweet it out, please. Help us out. Help me out, not us, but I'm kind of tempted to get into this SPY here to the long side, but I'd be gambling because I don't have the best risk reward. The best risk reward was the trade that we took around the 375s. We are 2 cents away from profit on beat. Again, 214s is where we have our limit orders to sell. And I swear if it gets to 214 and it doesn't sell, I will be a upset individual.
Yeah, I would second what Easy Mike is saying here. Be careful on SPRO, but it is moving here. I want to see it push higher from here. Might try some. I'm gonna try a little bit right here, 210. I'm gonna have a stop at 205. Please don't move right back down to my stop. I'd like to see this get to 220.
Let's see where Tesla is. Ooh, Tesla.
Stop entered in case this yanks really fast. I want to make sure I get it so I don't get trapped. Pretty big offer there at 210. Right back to that 210 level. This 210 definitely the spot. Let's see if we can pop this.
What was I about to do? Oh, yeah, I'm looking to go short Tesla as it's cracking new lows, but I just feel like I've missed the entry on so many of these. I just feel like I've missed the entry on a lot of these tickers.
All right. Do I just take this off or do I just let it stop? Oh, the battle. I shouldn't.
Well, sell half at a little bit of a loss. That way you don't feel too bad if it hits your stop and you can still be in the game, maybe.
That's actually not a bad idea, Zunaid. Way to go. Way to come up with a good idea under
I
pressure.
got you. I got you. I got you. It's always nice to have skin in the game.
Okay, stopped out right here at 205. Damn. Oh well.
It happens.
Protect capital. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm not going to try to be a hero today. And of course, huge bid right under it at 204. So I guess that's just an unfortunate pick of the level there.
Yeah. The SPY. What are you gonna do, SPY? What are you gonna do? Oh boy. Let's see. Someone sent a DM. Still waiting. The only thing that we've taken. Oh, that's interesting. Hang on. Huh. You've got beat here now at 206s. I was contemplating going long on SPY. I was just looking at contracts and things like that, but I decided not to do that. So I'm not going to go long SPY here. Maybe if I wanted to go long around maybe 374, 44s would be a better risk reward for me, but I'm not going to pay 40, 50, 60 cents higher than that area right now. Tesla, though, just continues to move to the downside as that's making new lows at 293.30s. Beat right back up at 210s. Again, we've got our sell orders at 214. We're up a few $100 on this one, but we want to be greedy. Greedy McGreedy. Let's see what SPY is doing. Yep, SPY popped above, came right back down. Q, same thing. Popped above VWAP, faked out, downside action. Oh, what's interesting, you've got the Qs that could possibly make a double bottom. Obviously, it needs to clear levels to confirm that. Yeah, I'd just be gambling if I tried to go long SPY.
Yeah, looking at the market here, it's hanging in, but I'm just not sure we go anywhere.
Melissa, I use E-Trade and Thinkorswim. Ryan uses Thinkorswim.
Only Thinkorswim, right?
Yeah, I use both. I will say, though, I haven't really been on Thinkorswim in a minute. I took out majority of my funds there to pay taxes.
Got to pay the man.
It's absurd.
And now looking at SPRO here, it was basically just flushed out or shaken out, excuse me, of that position.
Yeah.
Still holding above 205. It's okay though. I'm not trying to. Your ideas, Zunaid, props to you. Your idea of selling half might have been a better idea there.
It's all good. It's all good. SPY now coming back above. No worries, Melissa.
I'm gonna run to the washroom, Zunaid. I'm gonna leave you alone for a second.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Man, really want to sell some leap puts on these mega caps? Yeah, I don't know anything about leaps except how lucky I got in college when I bought Facebook leaps and I thought I was hot shit. That's really about it. But what in the world is happening here? Good God. Sorry, I just had an obnoxious amount of notifications just come on that I had to take care of. Honestly, the only trade I'm in is just beat because I can't make up my mind on SPY. The Qs look to bounce from the bottom, but I didn't pay attention, so therefore I didn't play it. Let's go ahead and check out AMD and see if it got to that 70 level. There's 212 again on beat. I'm not even going to get excited because 214. All right, perfect. We got our 214 hits. Just got the notification from E-Trade, so we sold out half our size at 214. I'm going to look to sell another 25%. Nope, that's not the price. At 218.
I'm back.
What up? We hit 214s on beat, man. Happy about that. That's
There you
PRO.
go.
Pull that up for you here in case you want to get back in that one.
So
And
our
my
list this
thing
morning,
just
our list this morning was pretty good. We had some pretty good targets. We're able to flag the ones that are moving. Made some all right trades. You did better than I did today. So
It's
far.
been a profitable morning. It's been a profitable morning. Again, our next sells on the beat are, where did I put it? 218 is where I've got it on beat.
Man, Tesla.
Actually, no, I should do 222s. I'm going to do 222s for some reason. I mean, I know what reason. I'll tell you guys in a second. But since you've got the highs here at around 224s, I just want to see if we test the highs, and that way I can go ahead and sell it right above.
Yeah, SOXL did make a 52-week low. Yeah, good call there, Beach. Green on Frey. Nice job, Lisa Lee. Frey was also one that we were taking a look at yesterday and today. Wow, cold spike there.
Let's come back to the charts here. Let's answering some questions. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Let me just refresh. Reload. There we go. SPRO back at the 207s. Beat back down to the 210s. And the market tested VWAP, and now we're coming to the downside. Man, yeah. It's interesting when you're kind of a bias, you don't take opportunities. Like, you guys know I love my VWAP fades to the short side, and if it pops above to the long side. I had two beautiful opportunities to go ahead and take short and nibble at about a 50 cent to a scalp of a point. Unfortunately, I didn't take it. Still kind of waiting for the 10-minute candle to close above 376, but we'll see if that ever happens.
Urban Farm saying, we ever going to hear JPOW admit they printed money for too long and now we all paid with nonstop rate hikes? No, I don't think they'll ever admit that.
Especially because it's kind of like, you know, the stimulus checks and all that stuff obviously helped a lot of Americans. So that, I think I'm like perfectly fine with having happen over again. But the whole flushing the money into the market stuff, that's where it's kind of like, did we need to do that though? You know, that's where I question things. But let me not pretend like I'm an expert in these macro things and high level thinking. I'm not, but you know, it sucks because it's like a house. I think I saw a tweet the other day. No idea how accurate this is because it's Twitter, but it's like allegedly a house that a year ago cost, it's moving to the highs now, 219. Let's see if it pops above 220s.
Remember, 228's that spot we talked about. Not in it this time around.
But a house that was like $600,000 a year ago at 2.5% interest rate is now about $390,000 house you can get. In terms of your mortgage would be the same for both of those. And that's just crazy talk. Ooh, nice little pop there above SPRO 225s. As my beat doesn't do anything.
interesting question here. Johan is asking, where did the name Lord Ryan come from? So, Johan, real quick, and interrupt me if you need to, Zunaid. Real quick, I was telling the story about how I bought land in Scotland in order to get the title of Lord. So here's the certificate that I have. And when I showed this to the group the first time, Mitch renamed me. He renamed my name Lord Ryan, and it kind of stuck. A bunch of people in here kept saying it, so Mitch left it, and so did I, and that was that. So that's how it all came to be. Bought some plot of land in Scotland so that I can get the Lord title, lady title, by the way, for ladies.
Oh man, am I gonna go long here like a dummy? All right, I'm gonna take one contract because I have an itch. I just literally one contract, so I can be a part of the ball game. I went ahead and bought the 376 calls here at 288. Just one contract, just one. My sell-off is going to be, my stop loss is going to be the same thing that it was before. 245 is where I'm going to look to get out of this trade if I am wrong. Let's see if we've got any other movement here. Yeah, it's looking to break it. Is it going to go high day? Yes, it is. There's 226. And as you mentioned, that level of 228 is the pre-market high. I'm a little upset that beat isn't moving. And I'm also a little upset that SPY is coming down here. I'm down about 7% on those calls. Just a dummy trade. But this is why I only took one. Because, you know, it's fine. It's not going to piss me off too much.
Hope not.
Yeah, no, but it's all right. I'm actually a little annoyed that beat isn't going as SPR is, or SPRO is. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. We're still up on it. Like we're up 7% on the equity side on that trade, so I can't be mad at it. And we already cashed some out at 214s. We're just hoping to get 222s if we can.
Ethan asking, why do you think we're going into a recession? Because we have poor growth, we have soaring interest rates, and they're going to do whatever they can to control those interest rates, which means, doing whatever they can to control that inflation, which means raising interest rates. That is going to send the market into a recession. It was just too high for too long, too much money pumped into the system, and now it's time to pull it back. There's no free lunch. Actually, the universe is the ultimate free lunch, but aside from that.
The universe is the ultimate free lunch. What does that mean? Like being born?
What?
Like, what does that mean?
So what that means is that there's a trade-off on everything within the universe, but the universe itself is not something that can fully be described. And so this is a famous Stephen Hawking quote from his book, A Brief History of Time. And he's basically just saying that, you know, in the actual physical universe, you have to make trade-offs here and there. But the universe itself, that is the free lunch. Interesting. Okay, cool. Rick Knight, Lord Ryan, any idea what the bottom of SPY is? No, I cannot predict the actual bottom. I'm thinking, though, that we retest 360 to the downside. I think we probably snap that. Wouldn't even be surprised to see us go down to 340. I think Gundlach was calling for 320 or 300 the other day. I don't want to misquote him, and I don't.
Oh my goodness! So there is beat to the downside, just flushed about 13 cents. What am I going to do here? Where is it? We're up 1% now instead of the 7% that we were up. And this is why you sell half, though, right? I mean, look, I was greedy a little bit. I didn't sell a lot of it, but I did sell half. And now I got to see what I want to do here. And I'm going to get out. I'm going to go ahead and get out of my position on beat. Made money on half my size. The rest I'm getting out even. I bought in at 2. I sold at 214. Now I'm selling the rest at $2. I am out of beat. Ticker BEAT. I am out.
Duke the Fool, thanks for shouting out NRBO, New Rhythm and Blues Octet. That's not what it stands for, but that's pretty cool.
Seekin, go ahead and drop that link if you have it, if that's something that's linkable.
Voodoo saying if we blow through that 340, there's lots of air down to 318. Maybe that's where Gunlock was going with his calls there.
Let's see what our SPY calls are. SPY calls are up a solid 2% more than American Express's savings account gives you right now. So let's go.
SPRO looking like it's going to try to take out 225.
By the way, I think this might be a solid time to do a little bit of downtime. I was made aware by a lovely viewer that I have used God's name in vain. So I do want to apologize to those that may have been offended by that. And I'm absolutely going to do my best not to do it. I've been doing it for like 30 plus years. I won't tell you exactly how old I am. So it's a hard habit to break to the point where I've been wondering for the past 10 minutes if I've said it. I have no idea if I've said it. That's how used to it I am. So I do apologize in advance, and I will absolutely look to change that behavior for the better. I think it's a good thing to not do, as you've got SPY looking to reclaim VWAP here at 375.66.
There it goes. Here goes SPRO.
SPRO to the high side.
Those are those setups we like to play.
Yeah. Clearly, I should have gone with SPRO instead of Beat. Beat was half a win. SPRO was a home run of a win. Thinking long SPY. Yeah, I'm long SPY right now, Miss Whitehorse. I am in the 276 calls expiring tomorrow. 288 is my fill. I only have one contract, though, because I just had an itch. Should I cut my losses now or gamble? You should cut your losses now.
SPRO going higher?
If you have to ask that question, you're looking for confirmation bias, you should just go ahead and cut your losses now. Even if it goes in the green later on, it's okay.
Christine Lane saying, good luck. I've been trying to weed out the F-bomb after decades. Just can't find a good replacement. I deal with the same thing, Christine. I try to keep it. I try to only do that when I'm in private, but
yeah. Well, I was telling Ryan this, like, I haven't had any issues with that terminology in the past. So it's kind of like just like a regular thing, but he made me aware that no, like that's actually a thing that people get upset about. So it was a near learning experience for me as well. Like the F word, I clearly know that's, you know what I mean?
I do.
So no, but I genuinely, and that's one thing. It's like, hey, if y'all have feedback about the show one way or another, please let us know. Because as soon as, I got that email, I was making sure that I apologize, but also it lets us know of things that we're not aware of, because I was not aware of that. So it's always a good learning experience for me as an adult. And I wish I was 29, Justin. I wish.
Nice of you to say that, though.
Yeah, that is nice. If I shave my beard, though, I look like I'm like 16 with a triple chin. But oh, the SPY's coming right back down from VWAP. I'll be honest. If I was following my rules, the rule is to go short, because it's rejected VWAP 3 times now. And I'm just in the wrong, I feel. I'm going to take my loss. Am I going to take my loss? I'll tell you what. If it cracks, you know what? I've already got my stop loss out there. Why am I even? It's fine. Whatever. My stop loss is at 245. I got in at 288, I think. Yeah, 288. So I'll lose $40. It is what it is.
Big offer at 237 on SPRO here.
Me too, the beard thing. That's funny. That's funny. Hey, if women want to grow a beard, go right ahead. Yeah, I told a friend of mine the other day. She was like, well, do you ever shave? And I was like, I never shave because you'd see my double chin trying to date my triple chin. And it's just not something you want to have. What advice would you give a 28-year-old about investing?
Keep doing it.
Treat your Roth IRA investments as like a bill that you have to pay, right? So it's like, hey, every month you got to pay your bills. Make it to where your Roth IRA is a bill of yours that you have to invest in, if you will.
Frey at highs. Frey looks like this wants to actually move through 16. We talked about Frey at the outset here. There it goes. There it goes.
FRA. What is it? I'm already out of beat, so I can change it. FRAY.
FREY.
So something that I need to learn, and I'm not rich enough to need to learn it, is backdoor IRAs or backdoor ROTs. Something backdoor. Relax. Is what I need to learn how to like.
I'm about to put you full screen.
Oh man, I'm just saying. All right, Spy's coming back down. Man, I knew I should. Oh, that's on me.
Christine, this is actually something that I've talked about quite a bit. And I feel the same way. Ever wonder why they don't teach market in school? There's a reason. Still annoyed at that issue. I wish they did more teaching in school about personal finance, markets, managing investments, managing your own finance. I'm not sure what the reason you're referring to is, but I think that financial literacy is too low in this country, and I would love to see programs getting younger folk into it. I absolutely love when I see in the chat younger folk trying to do this on their own. That's not to say I don't like people with more experience as well, but I'm just saying getting into I had an interest in this when I was very young, and I didn't see it through enough, and I wish that I had. I wish after that first time I saw Wall Street, I got involved, but I waited, and now I find that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So
what was I gonna say? I forgot. Yeah, I don't remember. But you've got Frey now to the upside. 613s on FREY. SPY continuously bouncing from that 375 level, which I like. It's kind of basing above it, but it's like, can we just move to the upside now? Speaking of books, I don't really have any good recommendations except Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, I think is the name.
Yep, that's you're in luck, Zunaid. If anyone asks, we have a link on the Benzinga Pro Help site that I compiled with a group of other traders, and I'm going to go ahead and post that link here. This is public, so even if you don't have a pro subscription, you should still be able to access that article. There is a
I tried to click on it. I can't click on it.
List of books on there. And what was the one that you said? The Mark Douglas
Mark
book?
Douglas, Trading in the Zone. And if you're a visual person, there is actually him giving a lecture. So that's what I watched personally.
Okay, so that one's not in here, but I might add that.
So, please do. It's a great.
You know what? If you can, Zunaid, if you can Slack
Amazon
me,
or what do you want?
Just Slack me the actual title and the actual spelling of the author's name. I don't want to screw those up. I'll go ahead and add that here today.
I will do you one better, my friend. In case, I don't know, you're a reader or something.
Tesla pounding lows here.
Yeah.
Bitcoin looks like it wants to roll over a little bit more. AMD at lows as well.
Oh man, we haven't talked in a minute. Oh, Ryan, by the way, I am finalizing a I'm going to notify you here. I am finalizing a webinar with Humble Trader. I know you and I talked about that a while back. Yep. Looks like October 13th is when we're going to do it. So I'll have more details for you, hopefully in a week. So just FYI, is there a time frame or can I just...
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be during any of the shows, right? So it shouldn't be that hour after the close.
For happy hour.
Yeah.
By the way, SPRO to the upside, 255. Good Lord, I was in the wrong ticker.
Thing.
Wow.
All right. So now I am actually...
Now you're upset.
I'm actually disappointed because I only scalped that for a couple of pennies earlier. This is a huge move here. This actually feels like some type of short cover, right? What did we break above?
Is there a online story? Is there an interview online about you guys? Oh, that's sweet, Justin. No, there isn't. No.
So here's the thing about that. So I've interviewed quite a bit of other people, and I've liked to, drop nuggets about my own story. I'd be happy to go into that. I do that pretty frequently here. I will often make notes about what I learned during my journey and all of that. I'll keep trying to do that. Hawaii Rye's asking, Rye, when did you know you were going to become a full-time trader and step away from a regular job? So first things first, don't be fooled. I have a regular job. I work for Benzinga. I have a lot of responsibilities here. I would actually say that I probably spend more time on Benzinga tasks than I do trading by a ratio of 5 to 1. So I do this every day, but please understand that I make a living off of the job that I have. This is secondary in that case. One of the reasons it's secondary is I'm not a millionaire yet. I don't have like a huge account, and I'm not confident in my ability to make all of my money to live off of trading. I'm working towards that. I'm working towards that every day, but I'm not there yet. That's an important distinction in your question there. Hitting weekly or monthly goals consistently over a certain time frame was the second part that you added on to that. Yes, that's absolutely something that you should do to measure yourself. The one thing that I will say about goals, be careful, because if you set goals for yourself and you're behind on your goal, that you might feel pressed to take trades, and that can actually do more damage. Sometimes you'll see people in here saying, I just hit this trade, I'm done for the day. That's I think a really, really disciplined approach. If you can make sure that you can keep those gains, you can continue to build your account over and over again. So Melissa, I've been trading. This is, I think, starting my 8th year of trading.
Nice.
Yeah, before I worked here, I was a 5-year subscriber to Benzinga Pro. That's really the backstory. When I first started, I was like a lot of people, right? I wanted to find a chat room on the internet that was going to teach me things and give me stock picks and all of that. You realize pretty quickly that you can't follow others. You actually have to learn it. And one of the things that I realized in that realization was that I need to have some type of accurate source for news. One of the things I really liked was the squawk. And so I tried out a couple of different services that had an audio squawk. I liked the one here at Benzinga the best by a long shot.
Yeah.
And so I ended up going with that subscription. And then one day I was like, hey, this is a company. I really like this company. They've helped me. They've helped me stay in this game. They've helped me get over my losses. I'd like to work for them. Suggested it one day, and the rest is history. So
Love it. Yeah, a lot of people that worked here were traders in the past, have used the product. By the way, I am going to go ahead and paste it again one more time. Trading in the Zone Workshop with Mark Douglas. I believe it's a 4-part series. Part 1 is what I've linked. It is worth it. Right, sit down, grab a nice meal, watch it like it's a Netflix show. Take notes. Have your notepad by you. Take notes. By the way, I'm going to go short here. Nvda, I went short the equity, and I also went short the 125 puts, bottom at 150. And that's why I pulled up Nvda on my screen in the middle. Let me tell you, my equity short position is at 126.60s. I'm 10 cents in the money because I'm a G like that. We'll see if we can get more downside movement. I'm hoping to get about 126s, would be around 126.10s would be my first cover on the scalp. The one thing that is concerning is that SPY is now possibly looking to test the lows, but I needed to break the lows to the downside. We'll see if we can make that happen. And yes, trading in the market is like paying tuition when you lose. At least that's what I tell myself to make myself feel better.
And that also motivates me to try and learn lessons from my losses. That's the other thing. Because if you're going to take a loss, like you lose money, like that sucks. But if you could take away a lesson from that and then stop that from happening in the future, then you actually have benefited from that.
Yeah. See, there's the SPY bouncing from that 374.50 level. Has me concerned, but we'll see. I haven't traded SPY properly. I did in the beginning, but I haven't traded it properly. I should have been short when I rejected VWAP 2 to 3 times. I was trying to front run the call side. I was incorrect in doing so. But anyway, we are short to the downside on Nvidia now. Sold the SPY calls. I was taking a loss on that one by $30. Only had one contract, so I'm okay.
Voodoo saying, Ryan, good advice, brother. Goal should be to become a consistent upside trade. It takes discipline. When that happens, profits come more easily. That is dead on. I actually think that you might have said that better than I did, Voodoo. And just for some context here, Voodoo has more experience than I do trading. So it's great to hear that from somebody that's more experienced than me. I appreciate you saying that, because I totally agree. If you can learn to be consistent to the upside, the profits come after. It's almost like a secondary thing.
I was laughing at Aaron's. Thank you for taking care of that. I was laughing at Aaron's comment My tuition is starting to look like I went to Harvard. I love it. That's funny as hell. Tesla filled that gap. It went all the way to 289.50s. Holy smokes. Wow. I really should take in that short. What a dummy. All right. Well, I'm 30 cents in the money on these Nvidia puts. Excuse me, Nvidia equity short at 126.60s, and of course comes right back up at the moment. I am also buying I already bought the puts, the 125 puts expiring this week at 150. Those went as high as 163 from what I can tell. I'm really wanting SPY to crack this low so that we can get a little bit more blood on our hands market wise. But we'll see how that goes. I'm going to go ahead and cover a quarter here just so I can lock in some games on Nvidia and feel good about myself. Locking in some games here at 126.23. Worst advice I ever received was if your position drops on a day trade, it's okay to turn it into a swing. That is absolutely.
I'm glad that you said that, Christine, because that is really bad advice.
Yeah.
Stick to your plan. Your first stop is your best stop. If you have a day trade and your stop is 10 cents to the downside, just take it. You can always rebuy it. If it goes down 12 cents and you're like, oh, okay, and then it rockets 40 cents, like that's going to happen. There's no way to stop that process entirely from happening. So
don't let your day trades become swing trades, and don't let your swing trades become investments. Oh, man, is that SPY gonna break or not? I do not know.
SPRO to threes now. This got to be short covering. Absolute monster move here, folks.
How are you seeing SPRO when I literally have Tesla on mine? Wait, what in the world? Oh my goodness. Okay. I have two trading view screens up, my tabs, and I'm sharing one of them while I've been adjusting the other. Never mind. We're good.
And I also have SPRO up on my screen.
Yeah, I was just like, wait, what in the world how are we doing this? Okay. All right, there we go. SPY bouncing from the lows. This is something that we did not want, especially because we're short Nvidia, but we're going to stick with the trade, which is why we locked in some gains. And yes, $3 and then some on SPRO. I think Beat might have just said, I'm done. Oh, Beat's right above $2, but no, you're not going to get me back in that trade. Oh, boy. Angelina, what are you referring to? Way low, or do you think it will jump up again? And welcome, by the way.
Yeah, thank you for that.
I'm trying to scroll up and see. What do you think in Tesla? Okay, that's what you were talking about. Tesla. If it filled a gap, and if this market bounces from the lows here to the left-hand side, I do think we can come back and at least test 294s. However, it is so weak. I mean, it is just down 4% when the market's not even down 1% itself. I'll be honest, I do not have a good read, but I'm happy to kind of visit some levels and see if there's anything I like. The next area that I see is maybe like a 286. But to be honest, I'm staying away just because I don't have a good read. I don't have a good risk reward for you or anything like that. I am staying away. But if it comes back to the 294s, SHORT, and can you imagine if I misspelled that? I would look to go short Tesla if it gets to the 294 area. Because you've got the VWAP there, you've got the 30-minute breakdown there, and you've also got the EMAs there. So that's the way that I would go ahead and handle that. As SPY, again, just does not want to break the lows, but it doesn't matter because NVIDIA keeps paying us, and there's our target met, 60 cents in the money. So we're going to go ahead and cover more here. Excuse me while I covered here on the dot at one. It's not as impressive. I thought it was going to be 126, but it's 126.02 is my covering. And I'm going to go ahead and sell my contracts, majority of them here at 174. And again, if SPY breaks this low, you can expect more pain in the market. Trading for a living is just another must read in my opinion. Wait, trading for that's a book. Trading
That's a
for a
book,
living.
The Mark Douglas thing. I know you said there was a 4-part series, but was there a book too? Is that what you slacked me?
Yeah. So what
Okay,
I
I'll
slacked
add
you is
that
a
to the
book
list.
here. Yeah, matter of fact, here. So here's the book, y'all. Let me just make sure the reference is here. You know what? Give me a sec, because I know Amazon likes to add a bunch of random stuff. There we go. Here is the book pasted. And once again, here is the series on YouTube pasted as well. So please, and there is SPY to the downside, which means Nvidia to the downside. I'm going to go ahead and cover some more here at 126.65, almost $1. We got 95 cents on that short. And now I'm going to go ahead and sell the rest of my contracts here at 188. Woo! Let's go. Boogie, 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 boogie. Oh man, it's been a great day.
Given the market,
Yes.
given the market, this really wasn't terrible. SPRO, I really wish I would have hit this. Would have hit this some more. Would have hit this for bigger. But you know what? Live to fight another day. Didn't get myself blown out today, so that's a good thing. It's 10 here. Zunaid, I think we're going to wrap this up. Really appreciate all of you for joining us. Tommy's Touch asking, why is the market tanking today? Follow through from yesterday's FOMC. So anyways, Zunaid, any closing thoughts here before we sign off for the day?
Angelina, was it? Angelina, you talked about Tesla. Now, look, do not take this as a confirmation bias, but keep an eye out for it. But I do see 225 puts coming in on Tesla expiring October 21st, approximately $400,000 worth. It's not too much for Tesla, but just keep an eye on it. But again, best risk reward is 294 on Tesla, ticker TSLA, as you've got the 30-minute breakdown, and you've also got BWAP, and you've also got the EMAs there right now. But that's all I've got. We will see y'all on Monday.
Yep, we will be back on Monday. I don't believe that there is any live trading tomorrow. So we'll see you on Monday. Stay green out there. Stay safe. I'm looking for our outro video, but I don't have it.
We have an outro? I thought it was all the same.
Yeah. Mitch needs to teach me his master ways here.
Yeah, his wizardry.
His wizardry. Do
Hopefully
you know?
he's having a fun time. No, but we could just play the intro.
Yeah, and you know what? I was saying the same thing. I hope he's having a good time, and I hope.
Oh, you know what?
He's doing some cool stuff.
We'll just play this.
I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race.
Okay, well, unfortunately, the instructions that I had were to end the broadcast after 7 seconds, and you played a 7-second clip, so rip.
All right, well, I'm gonna play it again. We'll end it at 5 seconds. How about that?
Well, no, we're gonna have Aaron Thomas check. We're gonna make sure we don't screw this up in Mitch's absence, because the last thing that
if someone yells at us because we didn't do the outro properly, tell them to @ me on Slack. Are you kidding me right now? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Why no trading tomorrow? It's because we've got all access with Michael Murray. He's going to have some great companies up. I'm actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to download OBS so I can like stream at the close or some stuff. I don't know. But follow me on Twitter to see if I ever go live and do this.
And also be sure to check out All Access. Michael Murray does an excellent job interviewing.
That man gets information for you guys on all the small cap companies that later on end up bouncing based on the interviews that we have and the information that you get first. And then you see it come to fruition. But do you want to play this for 7 seconds and then dip again? That's what I'm going to do. You ready?
Now I want to wait for Aaron Thomas's direction. He should be there somewhere.
What?
Hey, whoa.
I was telling him that there's no way we get in trouble for playing an outro that's 7 seconds long.
Dude, no. So there is supposed to be an outro in this.
Where is it?
I don't know where it is. What the heck?
Do you think Mitch sabotaged us? Is the real question.
Could be.
Mitch was like, let me show these guys and gals that they can't do it without me. That's what he said.
He just set you up to fail.
Pretty much.
There's AB in the background and Michael Murray.
I got AB, I got Michael Murray, I got Randy. We're about to go get some lunch apparently. So
doesn't AB have a show?
He does have a show in 30 minutes. You'll see this guy on that show in 30 minutes.
Nice.
All right, end us out here, Aaron.
All right, let's just end it on the intro. That's fine. That's fine on me.
Exactly what Zunaid said. Damn.
All right, we'll
That's how
see
we
y'all
do
on
it.
Monday.
Take care,
See you
everyone.
guys.
Have a great weekend.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past. Ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.